Welcome to The Collective, powered by MMP. The ideas presented here are intended to assist in developing a strong and profitable business for Amway IBOs affiliated with Markerman Productions. For the calendar year 2023, the average income from Amway for all U.S. registered IBOs at the Founders Platinum level and below was $841 before expenses. See www.amway.com/income-disclosure for details and the most up-to-date information. Earnings depend on many factors, including customer base, business experience, effort, dedication, and quality and performance of the downline sales team. Enjoy the following message.
Thank you. We love you guys so much.
Oh, man.
Oh, love that. Thank you. We love you guys.
How you guys doing? You guys good? Saturday night. Are you guys excited? Awesome. I am too. Look how beautiful she looks. I'm super excited. You look amazing.
You look quite studly yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I used to not like facial hair, but then it grew on me.
Anything.
Oh, that was funny? Oh, I'm serious. Hi. Hi, this is our daughter. Say hi. Antonia, okay. So our topic is put the dragons to bed. Okay? Put the dragons to bed. That's what we're talking about. Okay? There's 3 of them. And we have a D theme happening here this evening, okay? There's 3 dragons. Doubt, discouragement, and distractions. Okay? We want to put the dragons to bed of doubt, discouragement, and distractions. Okay? And what are we going to use? The sword, or what's a D word? The dagger, okay, to put these dragons to bed is discipline. Discipline. Okay, we're going to go through it. Okay? Doubt. What's doubt? It's a feeling of uncertainty or lack of conviction. A feeling of uncertainty or lack of conviction. That's doubt. Any of you experienced that before? And if you guys... Okay, so that was kind of like a trick question, right? And no one said anything. You were just like, and then I'm like, no, you could be honest. Be honest. You're like, yeah. Okay, so that's not the goal. We don't want that, right? We want to put that to bed. But we've experienced that. Sometimes we still do in certain things, okay? Discouragement. What's discouragement? A loss of confidence or enthusiasm. A loss of confidence or enthusiasm. Third one are distractions. What are distractions? That's a thing or things that prevent someone from giving their full attention to something else. Okay? Your distractions are the things that take your focus away from what you want to accomplish. Okay? Those are your distractions. You want to chime in or you want to add?
No, go keep going.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to talk about how to combat these things, okay? How do we combat these things? With doubt, what do you guys think how can we get rid of doubt? What do you think, what can we raise to get rid of doubt? Belief, I like that. A bunch of you said some other ones, but belief, raising your belief. We can get rid of doubt with raising your belief or building your belief. How are you guys going to build your belief? What do you think? Yes, absolutely. Action, for sure. Because doubt stops action, but action stops doubt. So that's exactly right. But you guys are here this weekend. You guys are getting educated, okay? You guys are equipping yourselves. Your coaches are equipping you. The system is equipping you. You guys taking action, which you said, that's amazing. You're going to have experiences from the action you take, right? That's going to raise your belief. You guys have this community here, okay? Whether you're here in this room, I mean, this is a community in and of itself, but when you leave here and you go back to wherever you live, right? You guys know that you have all of this and all of this weekend on your phone, right? At the palm of your hand. You just have to, you have it with you all the time. All of you have your phone with you all the time. You just have to click the app. You just gotta, right? Your phone is on, it's in your hands. You just gotta, right? And you guys have access to all of this. And feel free if you want to add in.
Well, I just wanted to tell you guys, like, the way we came up with this is like, these are all the things that we have personally gone through, and I'm sure we're not finished yet, right? It's that they call it the entrepreneur roller coaster for a reason, because you're always going through these motions of everything. And like, for me, what I've discovered with us is doubt kills more dreams than failure ever would. Because the doubt is what prevents you from putting action into the things that you believe in, if you truly believe in it, right? Like, it's funny because Brian and I, we always talk about doubt and just distractions, which distractions can look like anything, right? And then discouragement, who's felt discouraged before? Anyone? Okay, well, we have, certainly, right? But when it comes to those things, it's like, okay, now how do you handle it though? Okay, so it's there. Now what do you do? Now what do you do? Do you just live in that world, or do you take action to fix it? So doubt specifically for me is just a waste of time. It's just a waste of time. It's like, you can't tell me this doesn't work. It's there. The success is there. The proof is there. Now, if you do it, that's up to you. How long it takes, I don't know. There's no guarantees. But what I do know is that it does exist. And my thought process has always been, if it's humanly possible, then I can do it. If it's humanly possible, then I can do it. And a lot of times I hear people when they talk about doubt, they're like, oh, I don't know about this, I don't know about that. That usually tells me that they're not reading, they're not listening, they're not plugged in. Because when you educate yourself and you are in the midst of things and you are just like, you're right in there, there's no room. There's no room for doubt. You're too busy improving. You're busy with your personal development. You're out there. But when you're dealing with doubt, typically you're just still. You're bored, and you're going to start spiraling. So for us specifically, if that doubt ever creeps in, it's like, if it creeps in, I got to lean in. I got to lean in more with the community and be around people that I know are going to uplift and encourage. I need to lean into the books for success principles, with success principles and the audios to sharpen my saw so that doubt no longer exists. That is the goal for me when it comes to doubt. And if you're around people that doubt how far you can go, then go so far that you can't hear them anymore. Seriously. We've had a lot of that. When we never doubted the business, ever. But we had a lot of people around us who doubted. And I remember going to Brian's 10-year high school reunion. And all his friends, Brian grew up in Roslyn, New York, and his friends either took on like their parents' company, or they started something of their own, or they worked at some job that had some sort of false status, or they, whatever, they bought a home. And at the time when we went, we were living in his mom's basement. And we could only afford to pay about $500 a month. And that's where we lived. We slept on the same couch. We had meetings in that basement. So where people put their tushies, that's where we went to bed at night. And they had no idea. They thought we were living upstairs, but we were actually living in there. There was no closet, just one bathroom, no kitchen. We had to figure it out, right? So we were going into Brian's high school reunion, and all these people are pulling up in, their cars and all this stuff. And I'm sitting there, and Brian's just like so excited. He's so pumped. The conviction was there. And people are like, oh, you still doing that thing? Like, Brian, you still doing that thing? And Brian's like, what thing? Improving myself? Yeah, I'm still at it. Did you stop? Like, yes, it was very sexy. I was very impressed. But it was like, you're still doing that thing? Oh, okay. Where are you living at? Oh, you're still in Roslyn, and you're whatever. So the doubt could have creeped into us, but we didn't allow it. It can live in them. That's fine if they don't believe they can do something. But there's two things that Brian and I will never stop believing in. The first thing is our God, and the second thing is us. And we said, I don't care. Even when we went and sat down with our accountant one time, one of our old accountants, there's a reason for it. And we sat with him and he was looking at our paperwork and all, and he's like, this is your path? And we're like, yeah, this is what we're going to do. He's like, okay, well, you're going to need a plan B and a plan C. I was like, thank you. Appreciate that. We never went back there. But then he's a family friend. So he was asking about things and he goes, wow, you guys are in the big leagues now. And I was like, oh, I thought we needed a plan B. What happened to the plan B? But he's like, you made a believer out of me. And I was like, well, that's great. I'm happy. But that wasn't my goal. My goal is for me to stay a believer. So then I can continue impacting. That's our goal. So when doubt comes in, you lean in. You lean in. You show up to that team event, to that board plan, to that group evaluation, to call your upline. You have to lean in. Because that's what you're missing, in my opinion.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah, and I forgot to give the disclaimer in the beginning. These are our opinions based on our life and what our story and what we've been living, right? So just want to make sure we put that out there. We're not telling you to do anything specifically. This is our journey. This is what we're going through. And so maybe in the beginning, I mean, Sia said it. We never doubted this business. I think, yeah, we never doubted this business. And you guys are all in this business. So you can't doubt this business either because you're in it. Maybe outsiders that aren't in it can doubt the business because they don't even know what it is, right? They don't know any of that. But you guys are here, so you can't doubt the business. Your doubt, if you have it, is in yourself. That's what it is, right? And we've been there, right? Sometimes, like she said, it creeps up. Right? Like you guys, right? You have certain things creep up in your life. Are you going, and it's like, you all can do this, right? I think you all know that you can do this, but you're questioning, will you? Right? Or you will, but when? Or how consistent, right? Or will you every day? Right? And like what Sia said, I think the only way that happens, the only way that that's a thing is if you're not plugged in. If you're not educating yourself, personally developing, and taking action every day. If you are not doing that consistently, just even that, this can creep in.
And sometimes people don't doubt like the whole picture. You doubt different parts, right? Oh, I'm good at this, but I don't know if I could be good at Misawa. I don't think I could be good at the budgeting. I don't know if I could be good at whatever it is. And wherever that doubt is, that's why we're saying lean in, educate yourself, because that's where the confidence lies. And so, yes, you can have doubt. It'll look different for everybody, but it doesn't have to exist. Put it to bed. You're done now. Shake it off. Get off me, right? Like, let it go. It doesn't belong there. And so we were spending a little bit of time on that, but because we hear the language and it's like, wow, there's so much doubt in your voice. How much time are you spending alone? Just talking to yourself, letting your mind be a playground. So anyways, when it comes to that, you want to beat doubt? Build up your belief. You want to know how to build up your belief? Educate yourself, lean into your coach, do all those things. Don't skip a beat. You need it.
And with the accountant thing, it was my parents' business accountant for like years, and my mom's dad went to him, and right? And I remember like it was some inside family discussions, and I think actually he was like, you know, if you don't make money this year, you may want to think about doing something else. Actually, I think is what the language was, right? And we didn't leave right away. It was like a year, 2 year, right? And this was after some time, right? Because he's like, oh man, you're in the big leagues now. We are in the big leagues somewhere else, right? So that was a thing. We had to improve, and you guys may or may not have to do this, we had to improve the perception of who we were. We had to improve the perception of who we were. We had to figure out why we think we're here, or why we thought we were here. Why do we exist? We had to improve that. And our sense of significance, those three things. The perception of who we are, why we think we're here, what's our purpose, why do we exist, and what's our sense of significance. Because the last thing I'll say with this is, and you guys have to know this, real difficulties can be overcome. Real things, real challenges, they can be overcome. Only the imaginary ones are unconquerable. And a lot of you are making stuff up that isn't true.
They'll get that on the way home.
Real difficulties can be overcome. Challenges, whatever, situations, right? We're all, right? You guys are all solution finders. We're not problem focusers, problem dwellers. We're solution seekers. So real challenges and issues and things, they can be overcome. That's why you have coaches. That's why you have the system. That's why you have all this stuff. Only the imaginary ones are unconquerable. Because you made it up. They're not true. So that's doubt. That's how we get rid of that. That's how we put that dragon to bed. Discouragement is the second one. Okay, what do you think we can work on improving to get rid of discouragement? What do you think that switch is? Confidence, I think confidence is good. But before you have the confidence, it's what? Attitude. Switch your attitude. Right? Your attitude determines your altitude. We got to switch that. We got to flip that switch. Okay? Being defeated is temporary. Being defeated is temporary, right? We all have wins and losses every day. Every day is a new day where, for us, discouragement certainly has been real. It still exists for us, right? We always talk about it. We're not where we want to be. We're ambitious. We want to win. We're never going to arrive. We realize we're never going to be where we want to be, but we have certain goals at different points, right? So being defeated is a temporary thing. Giving up is what makes it permanent. If you guys give up, if you just stop, that's it. You're out. Right? I love what Luis said in the other session for new people. He said the person that doesn't quit, or the person that quits last gets all the clients.
Exactly what Brian was talking about with discouragement. So we had moments recently of being discouraged. We're like, okay, so what's going on here? What's going on here? And really, for us, the discouragement was more of just confusion. It's like, okay, so we just need to identify what's happening, and then we'll no longer be discouraged because we found the problem and we'll have a solution. That's what the uplines are for, right? It's like, okay, first let's figure out what the problem is, and then let's bring it up to our coaches and find out what the best solution will be here. And that will dismiss the discouragement altogether. But when we say discouragement, Brian talks about attitude, and attitude is going to beat the discouragement. It's how you look at it. And usually how you look at it will identify your maturity level of how you are, your emotional maturity level, right? They say attitude is a byproduct of belief. So how funny is that? That your attitude is connected to your belief, which is also connected to doubt, which is also connected to discouragement. It all comes together. It's like one big happy family sometimes, or bipolar family, depending on how you look at it, right? So, and it's funny because Brian and I were listening to something and they were talking about the lion, how the lion is the king, right? And it's like, how is a lion the king when he's not the fastest, he's not the biggest, he's not the smartest, so he's not the strongest. So what makes him a king? How is it that when a lion is in front of an elephant, the elephant gets worried? The elephant doesn't remember how strong it is, or its power, how big it is, and right when a lion comes into the picture. How is that possible? And it comes down to belief. The lion believes he's the king. And when he looks at the elephant, he doesn't look at the elephant like, oh, I'm so scared of their size. He looks at the elephant like lunch. Right? So it's like, wow, that comes down to attitude. What's your attitude like? How do you walk into a room? Or how my friend Keith says, how do you take up space? Right? So it's like, how do you take up space? How do you walk into the room? Do you walk into the room with this body of armor and you're like, I got this? Do you know who I'm connected to? Did you guys see who was on stage earlier? Do you guys have connection to that? That's some serious armor. So when you guys walk into the room, you need to walk in like a lion. It doesn't matter if an elephant that's bigger and stronger or whatever is in front of you. They act like a mouse because of your energy and your belief level and because of the attitude that you walked in with. So when it comes to discouragement, yeah, we still have it, but it's short-lived. Because it's like, okay, great, it's there. We have to pivot. And they're great indicators. These things are great indicators to help you move, pivot, figure out what do you have to readjust. Because when you're winning, you're not learning. You're on the highlight, like, I got this. And then you get humbled. It's like, but do you? Or then you got to level up. It's like, okay, I have to level up now. It's a different learning curve. And even leveling up, if you're looking to go platinum, if you're looking to go 1,000 pin, 2,500, whatever you're looking to do, whatever your goal is, you can feel a little scared. You can feel a little discouraged depending on what you have your hands on, whatever your foundation is, right? But you'll only feel discouraged if your foundation is cracked. If it's solid, that house ain't moving. Nothing's going to happen. You're good. So let's build it right. Let's build it with the integrity. Build it with accountability. Build it with what you want. Build it with what you see on stage. All the characteristics that you see from all the leaders on stage, and you're like, wow, I love that. I admire that. Great, then be it. There's the spirit of leadership, and then there's leadership, right? The spirit of leadership is what's in all of us. We all have it. They say, well, leaders are born. Yes, so is everybody else, right? It's inside of you. Unleash it. Let it go. Let it go free. Let it be seen. Why not? People are like, oh, I don't know if I could. I did. My goal was to be 3-6 by the function. How many people had a goal of being 3-6 at this function? Okay, how many people accomplished it? Well, that was quick, right? How many people got discouraged because of it? A little discouraged. It's okay, don't front. Right? We had big goals as function too. It's okay. One thing I really hope you guys did is when you felt that discouragement, I hope you wrote it down and said, okay, what was the problem? What did I not do? And take it up with your coach. And maybe your timing wasn't right now because you had a lot more to learn. But it's so great that you have the opportunity to go through these motions. To go through the doubt. Okay, yes, you have the doubt, but once you overcome that, you build your character a little bit more. Okay, you got a little discouraged. Guess what? That's normal too. Now you overcome that. Now you can go a little bit further. Because if you never have discouragement, you never have doubt, how are you going to teach somebody on your team who does? Can't teach them on theory. Right? So it's completely normal. But your attitude, and like I know Jackie and I did a talk a while ago about attitude. Your attitude is everything. What What is the difference between someone who leads and someone who doesn't? Their mindset, their attitude. So we're just giving you, yes, you're going to go through these negative things, but here are the things to fix it. Don't focus on what's discouraging, and don't focus on the doubt. Focus on what is the solution. Leaders are solution seeking. So this is where I need to be. This is what I have to do. And you're going to need help doing it. And that's why your coaches and your team is really important.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. A bunch of sheep led by a lion will always defeat a bunch of lions led by a sheep.
That was good.
You like that?
I like that. That's good.
A bunch of sheep led by a lion will always defeat a bunch of lions led by a sheep. Be the lion. Right? You guys, one of my favorite sayings, overcome to become. You guys are all overcoming to become. Because here's the deal. If you didn't experience, or if we didn't experience sometimes adversity, prosperity would not be so welcome. Right? You wouldn't be so excited about succeeding if you didn't experience adversity sometimes, right? You need that. So he always talks about good days and character building days. Right? Most people aren't learning when they're winning, but when you guys are always winning when you're learning. And you can't forget what you did to grow. You got to keep doing that. Okay? For us, really for us in this business and, kind of in our lives in general, and this is no disrespect to, our families, and I don't even mean it that way specifically, but think about this for you guys. When you start with nothing, you'll stop for nothing. You guys all start by yourself. It's just you, right? You should stop for nothing. For nothing. Like Sia said before, with attitude. When your attitude of leadership is married to your ability of leadership, you'll be a leader. When your attitude with leadership is married to your ability and your action, that's when you're a leader. Okay? What's the third one? Third one is distractions. You love this one. Distractions. We all have it. How do we combat distractions? How do we put that to bed? What do you guys think? Yeah, I like that. Focus. Fittingly enough, our word for 2023 was intentionality, and our word for 2024 is systems. Right? So I had here intentionality and productivity. That's how we fight distractions. I talk about this all the time. I learned it from Vinny Pappalardo a long time ago. Whatever we're going to do, is this thing going to help us get closer to what we want to accomplish, closer to our goal, or take us further away? That's how we determine how to make decisions. But we have a goal. We know what we want to accomplish. We know what short-term, long-term, what that looks like. You guys got to know what that looks like, or you easily get distracted by anything. Right? You've heard that, right? If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
And I really think distraction is a choice. Like, there's so many things in our life. Our life is so full, and we're so grateful. We're so grateful that it's so full. We have our children that live with us. We take care of my parents. We're in the sandwich generation. There's a lot going on, okay? We obviously have this business as well. And I find that for us, it's like if you don't have healthy boundaries, it's going to be very easy to get distracted. But you're only distracted because you didn't choose the other route. So, and I talk about healthy boundaries. I'm not talking about immature ones where you're no longer adaptable and you're not flexible. If you're not flexible, you're not adaptable, you basically set yourself up for failure. But I always believed, like, and I saw this with Vinny and Dana, because they sometimes you have to call an audible. Like, I got to do what I got to do. Oh, this popped up. Oh, this happened. Okay, we'll take care of it. And there wasn't so much emotion or an event totally wrapped around it. Like, oh my gosh, this and this and this is happening. But it's like, okay, they just took care of it. And most of the time we didn't even know what was going on. That to me is a mark of a true leader. They chose not to get distracted. They just kept going because they know the responsibility is so much bigger. So yes, intentionality and productivity will help you with that. And there's some things that, like, my mom's actually here tonight. And yeah, she's a wonderful woman, you know, but sometimes with her and my dad, I'm on call, right? Because they live in my house, so I'm on call. But they know when the answer is no, right? So like, I've been joking around lately where I'm like, I take vitamin N every day.
That's not a joke, though.
And the N stands for no. No, I cannot. No, not right now. No. N-O, respectfully. And not where I'm not adaptable, I'm not being flexible. There's certain moments where the answer has to be yes. But I can't let certain things distract me from what we're working on building for our family. We have 2 incredible daughters. I love being home with them. They're amazing. They're a yin and a yang. They're completely opposite. But I love the fact that we get to raise them. And and it's funny, my oldest actually speaks better Greek than I do. It's insane. She says words sometimes that I'm like, I don't know what you just said. And my mom will laugh. But the difference here is my parents are home with my kids, teaching them Greek, when my parents weren't home with me teaching me Greek because they were working. They were too busy working, but they taught me an incredible work ethic, thank God. But they were working always, so I didn't get that luxury, but I'm so grateful that my kids get to. They get to have that, but only because we didn't allow ourselves to get distracted. That does not mean we never got distracted. It just means we didn't always get distracted. And if we did, it was a quick, okay, we got to get out of here. All right, we're done. This is enough. So I encourage you all, if you're getting trapped in any of these categories, if you will, you know how to combat it now. You know how to save yourself. And lean in. We love you guys. God bless.
Nia, come here real quick. Real quick. This is our 5-year-old Antonia. Let's see if, I didn't plan this, right? So the end of this was what? How do we get rid of these things? Okay, don't say the word. Come here real quick. Come.
Please take a look
Hurry.
at our distraction.
Okay, say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, when we don't feel like doing something, what do we do?
Do it anyway.
Why do we do it? Why do we do it anyway?
So we can win in life.
How do we win in life?
By disciplining ourselves.
Boom. Thank you.
We love
Thank
you guys. God bless.
Thank you so much. Love you guys.
This is a copyrighted program of The Collective.